map max, so he's no slouch
That's
himself.
a lot of kills.
That's a lot of kills. Between the two of them, they are the
12
ones I'm
on the
looking to here, especially in the early rounds. When it comes to the first kill, first death, between those two players, it could be a difference maker. But you may well find Scream a little more tucked in because, being honest, looking at this five, it feels like a death ball's going to come running at your face, and you best be ready for all those flashes coming your way.
Yeah, I will say Ascent is usually not a map where you have a ton of like huge ultimates, like big playmaking ultimates in terms of like your Phage, your Breach. The KO is usually what you have, maybe a Killjoy there too. So Kcorp, if they're able to stack up some of these orbs, they could have some pretty heavy-hitting rounds.
This is it. Here we go. Kcorp on defense. Liquid on attack.
To not have here on Ascent, given we saw it on both teams.
Everyone's buying down to the pistol.
Here we go.
I'm going to try hyper-focus on everything. Everything's going down. It's good. Money's got spent.
Required as our third
a lot
map.
of
We are at
util.
least guaranteed to see the two already. See how
Scream
things start
has
to
a
warm
frenzy, and they want to contra over towards middle once they take mid control. So this makes a lot of sense.
Here. I actually like the idea of Kcorp playing a little bit more aggressively around mid. They can use the Fade.
And at the moment, they kind of geared up to take late middle.
They haven't actually gone into that just
They might
yet.
dodge a bullet here. What are they
Just
doing?
waiting for any
Do
kind of
we
contact before
just
throwing
go straight
that.
into A? And as we
Team
can see,
Liquid
it's not the worst, but there would be two
slowly
people
moving
here.
back
Fast
into
rotate,
Redguard.
good util to get through the smoke.
They're not actually going to end up investing any of that util.
Rotating away all the way back.
Camera gets early info, and then with this, maybe they 180 and stun.
Like a silent cat, just looking and waiting for that opportunity to say go. Navira set nice and close as well.
There's a stun.
The ping on the camera comes straight out for it as well, but that's where you're seeing the value of bringing along that jet straight
Safe,
out of dodge.
got wrecked, and used the dash that they used to get into sight. Liquid, they're going to have a rough time here. They're going to have a very rough time. They probably need to go back or cut sound.
It's tough to burst out here. 3 players and trips.
Dude, you're going to force this?
Yes, and it's given plenty of time as well for Casey to get themselves rotated over here to Liquid. Got to move with a little bit of pace, but as you say, stalled out because of these smokes. It's looking a little bit ropey, but this is where you might see this massive utility just descend on the battlefield.
I mean, there's getting
This
kills
is looking,
smokes
oh
now.
boy.
Team Liquid routed, and they lose the spikes. They have to go back.
Yeah, the mid rounding here was bad. Everything from Kcorp was really good though. Like the setup was great. But yeah, forcing the dash out of them early, they then needed to make an instant decision at like 45 seconds or so.
There's a bit of a scrap inside.
Yeah, I think Kcorp's setup was great. I did not enjoy the mid rounding here from Liquid. Something different had to happen. Anything, whether it was cut sound and stick here, maybe one person goes back and creates some pressure. But yeah, they should have known once the dash was used. Comms come in, I've used dash or whatever, that we can't get into sight. They needed to change it up. So nice pistol from Kcorp, but damn, I'm a little bit nervous for Liquid after watching that one. Demko, thank you so much, dude. And again, Demko, appreciate you so much, mate. Thank you. Chat, let's get a lot of slugs in for Demko. 4 months in the slug club.
Looking to pop flash out from tree as the side hit was coming in. That's definitely one of the main ideas you have on KO on those A takes or stalling out those hits. Because usually KO just gets posted up by tree, and then using that pop flash to force your way out, just catching that blind in the side of the eyes. That's really rough for attackers to deal with.
Thought that knife may well feed over pretty much everything they needed there, but not quite finding every single player. They didn't quite push through at the pace maybe expected.
Damn,
Safe
get the dash out of them again here. In terms of how they're approaching this, full focus on armor guns. Shin, stacking some up, might be able to get his ult pretty early. And they're being proactive over towards middle against Ecos.
Hi, Nats.
Yeah, Nats not going to have much fun here. But I think in general now, for Team Liquid, what I would like to see them do is sort of try and figure out what exactly the setup is going to be around.
You don't want it to have mod. Anything could happen.
Free money.
Poor guy.
What are you expecting going into the the Logitech power rounds coming up in a second as well, knowing now that you start to see a full force round come through for the first time? What are you expecting? The KC dominance to continue, or Liquid with their comp to now start battling their way back into things?
I mean, realistically, TL obviously going to have a much better chance here.
It's become an absolute staple.
But
within the
it
first
is going
3
to be mostly
rounds.
about trying to enable safe, how Team Liquid want to play. So there's a lot of different ways that you can try to play out. Obviously, you're going to be leaning more heavily towards A or B, activating Nats on a potential lurk, although, as Lothar was saying on the desk, Nats maybe playing a little bit safer on those rotations through the site.
Yeah, let's hope it's not too long.
In a position to get caught out. But what I would like to see is maybe trying to challenge up through mid, because we've seen now, of course, us with X-ray vision, a couple of different defensive setups.
Why are you two?
From
Why
the
are you
side
two
of
just
Kcorp, but
ganging
it's possible,
up on me?
right? If the Cypher trips end up being like kill trips stuck on site, you can try to abuse more in mid. Maybe with a site hit, you can pull a rotate. Because one of the things that is a big difference between like Fade, who has information, compared to Cypher that has information, is Fade has to stick around, has to get the right timings on all of her pieces of utility to try and catch you out. Whereas a Cypher trip is just in mid for the entire round until someone runs into that and ends up destroying it. So if you have like small fake hits,
no one can talk in text, mate.
running away, you can actually try
Literally
to
no
take
one.
more
You're not
space
allowed
in
to
mid
talk, you're not
if the
allowed to
trips aren't
move, you're not
placed
allowed to have hands
and again, looking
on
back
keyboard,
towards
really.
you kind of loosely touched on it here, but given we're in the technical pause, I think it's worth expanding. In the Fnatic versus Heretics game,
You just gotta, sit there staring.
It's all about the paranoia dumps, the double flash dumps, the really aggressive mid-round swings coming out of Heretics, trying to get
Players can't talk to each other?
No.
Maybe sometimes if they're trying to adjust sound, that's like, yeah.
In this game, given you have so many initiators, 5 across the 2 teams, we are expecting to see a lot more of that.
That's the thing. It's a much easier time to try and, you know, disable the aggressive operators. I think that's going to be much more impactful when we actually end up switching sides when it comes to how KC end up wanting to play out their attacking side of things. But for now, they have all the time in the world, you know, get a little stretch in, think about how they want to play the rest of this. It's tech pause.
I feel like you're doing that for them.
What will happen if you talk to each other? Warning, and then punishment. Not sure what it would be.
I feel like the first 2 rounds, I wasn't fully in it.
Might give a round to the other team. I'm
not
not entirely sure. Honestly, no one's really messed around to find out. So.
And you know, honestly, I've just been waiting because obviously Trevor did the whole 2 brothers, you know, Rick and Morty skit thing at the beginning.
Yeah.
I think that before the day is out, and I'm not even gonna let you do it. I'm gonna take it. I want to do a round.
Yeah, the arrow key player. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That was fine, chat. We used to worse than this. Okay, in terms of this, we get a full buy. We have an Odin no arm dom. Okay.
Won't let them initiate all over them.
As long
we
as
get a rifle, light armor.
Yeah,
He's so trolling me, man.
That's the rule. As it was the heavily emphasized point the whole way.
It's an okay bonus. They have a
I love how
rifle.
he apologized before we even got into it as well. He was like, "I'm so sorry for what's about to come."
He wasn't though.
No, he wasn't at all.
That was the fakest apology. That was like the what was that dance apology video? I forget why. Some influencer just.
Okay, still going for this heavy, like, they're really, Kcorp's game plan at the beginning here, they really want to shut down middle early on. Right, that's like their whole thing. They were looking for it in the pistol, they're looking for it again now.
Looking to find their way into this one.
Sorry, that was funky, because I saw there was a camera put bottom mid by Navera. I thought it was actually on the safe side of the wall, but it got instantly destroyed.
Locks them in.
Now just
every single 3 dashes so far to get away from A main, to get away from this corner, to get away from middle. Every single time they've used their dash defensively to get out of situations, which means getting into sites has been a lot harder for them.
Safe gets himself into a, ironically, not safe position.
It's a big kill though. XMS in a 50-50 kind of spot, but I mean he had a pistol, maybe someone else should be taking contact. Either way, nicely done. Knife goes in, hits one. Spike's a little bit far away.
They've got to offer when it comes round to an execute itself, like we're seeing now, Ender.
Absolutely.
Casters are a bit loud.
Good knife
Let's try a, we'll try a full team.
Any sort of pre-take, any
I'll try and keep an eye on my sound a bit more. Maybe I'll move my mic down and it'll help a bit.
Now, right now, Kcorp, they have to clear out Cat. So often you'll see a late lurk from an attacker here, trying to pinch you back into tree. So they spend a lot of time working on that. But they have plenty of util to try and farm away here on the retake.
Nothing on really going on towards short. Instead, it's just safe popping.
Is he just going to do this? Is this just what he does now? This is what he does on attack side of Ascent.
Here in round 3. Scream, all that's left alive against 4 players on the other side. But it does feel like Liquid have found their bounce back ender. Finding one. Still 3 more to go.
Yeah,
nice little bit of damage there on top of this as well. Okay, good round from Liquid. Safe did everything. Dash goes out over towards mid to get out, but got the important kill, and then honestly got the important kills over towards short as well. So nicely done. Was just a bonus for Kcorp though, so we get into the main round. They killed 2 people, so it should be a swing round. We'll see if they buy light armor.
The setup in tree just not really working for Kcorp or for Team Liquid either. They had the
Liquid, yeah, I don't think Liquid needs too many on their attack in theory. But we'll see, there's definite stuff you can do with this comp to make it work on attack, but it should be relatively hard. You don't have as much explode from just like the mains, right? You'll need to use these 2 more. So they can still win a lot of rounds, but yeah, it's gonna be a little bit harder.
Half develops if KC can find an answer, because we touched a bit on that last round on safe, and they making use of the dashes as well to get in and out of these.
It's a nice knife.
Pretty quickly.
Hits 2 of them. Prowler's forced out over towards B as well. So they take middle, and again, this is what they've been wanting to do over towards middle. Big punish. Do they expect safe so close here?
safe. Prime to the dash. He's ready to go on in here. Not actually even using the dash.
Wow.
Dodging away from the concuss too. He's a man on a mission and gets out.
Defensive dash as well. He's done great. What a shot from him as well. Not even sure he kind of... I think he saw the fade and then got lucky that he got the other one. I'm not going to lie to you. It felt like that. It's like he saw the foot of the fade running into it and then shot into the... It's a good amount of info doing this as well. So faked over towards short, or at least pressure over towards short, as we can see going over towards B here at the moment, and that is the right call. Was the right call. Don't know what happened here. Now they're going back into the stack.
Now really Liquid, yes, they've only got 30 seconds to work with, but whatever they choose to commit to, they can just dump everything under the sun onto KC.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think Nuzera just got the concuss coming back in, so there's some options now to try and fight on through with this one, but no paranoia and no flashes to go with.
Here we go.
15 seconds.
Coming out as well. Something really collected onto too many of those. They're still coming in for the plant. Just found the one as he was going in for the plant, but at range, it's Navira to find the kill onto Redgar. Now a 4v4 in the post plant. Heaven under control of KC.
Damn, again, those two kills kind of decided everything. XMS played really patient, really patient, but honestly, unless I missed some kind of util heaven, I think they probably should have tried to go with the timing. It was like 10 seconds on the clock in terms of trying to get the spike down. I think they had a chance to stop that, especially with someone under Balk. But yeah, nicely done from Liquid. 2 rounds already is really good. Forces them down to eco as well. It's looking great.
I mean, at the end of the day, when you're all coming through from heaven,
yeah, those two 1v1s were
they didn't have tree control, so Nats is just having an absolute field day over there, fighting out from tree.
Meal up in the coaching booth this time round. Funny, I had a conversation with him yesterday.
What skin is he using? Yeah, no, the stun was great, right? That's what I'm thinking. The stun was great. I kind of thought they were going to play off it.
Latex, for example. Yeah, Overwatch days, like, yeah, how's it going? And obviously now things have changed so much. It's just really interesting to have those catch-ups and see how things change over the years.
Okay, so we're going into this one. They have a 2-4 loss bonus. Scream buys Guardian Armor. So now he has 5-5, so they get 2-9 on top of this. So he has the light buy.
For Kcorp.
We'll see what he buys next time.
Make sideshow.
Oh, not again, man.
Okay, that'll be the big.
That's a nice shot, though. Keeping an XMS is saving a good amount. He can buy an op next round if someone wants it.
He'll find something to mold about in these rounds.
Nah, I mean, this one obviously gonna be a real toughie.
They get the kill. They decide to stack over towards here. So again, we'll keep an eye on this.
Sort of thinking that Team Liquid
safe is just, yeah. Dude, safe on attack of Ascent. It's been crazy. He just looks so confident. Yeah, I think they're just restarting the audio. It'll be here soon. This could be a nice flash. So camera sees, flash goes in. Liquid have done a good job at going into the stacks a lot at the moment. It feels like Kcorp have a bit of a read that the mid-rounding maybe he favors over towards A.
But now we're working into
so maybe they have a read on that. Nice flash.
Here we go. Push comes through. Safe manages to get out of
wow, they just didn't really have the guns for this. I don't know if there was some return util, but honestly, I think they could have got more for that. Safe did really good with his reactive smoke. No dash. Keep an eye on the time. You got to go now. Someone's got to go.
All the utility is coming through for Carmine. They're trying to fight their way out, but 6, 5, 4.
Oh boy.
Ticks down. There's no time to plant the spike. They have
oh god. No way. It's one of these games. Okay. Nicely done from Kcorp though, right chat. They've definitely done their homework at the moment. Like whoever's done their homework, I'm just going to call out their coach. Like the coach has done great. It looks like at the moment they're reading in that when it comes to the mid-rounding, Redgar prefers to go A a lot of the time. So they've looked into that and they're just stacking A all the time at the moment. That's twice now where they've just decided to look at this. Damn, look at the util here. But then after that hit had gone, they needed to send it. So yeah, a little bit hesitant here.
They still had full
Dude, I actually think the calling for Liquid doesn't look good at the moment. I'm just going to RSA it. I know it's really early on, but there's been a lot of rounds where the calling's not been great. Jackdaw, thank you so much, dude.
It was sheer chaos there trying to push in towards the
Jackdaw with the prime. 10 months. Appreciate you.
Now XMS going to be stepping into the op role for Carmine now.
Chat, did he use a flash or did he have a flash already? Because it's not too bad. He might have used a flash already. Did anyone see? Two flashes, 1 flash? I mean, they won the round as well, so they got a little bit lucky. Dash gone again. Only 1 flash. Not too bad. But again, the fact they won the round was everything. Oh no. Okay, nicely done. And they managed to get into the site this time. But they're going to lose a bit of time with Yumpy having the spike, right? He's ulting in, they lose a bit of time in terms of the plant. Means that these kind of flanks can happen if they wanted to go behind or whatever.
Nats has tried to replay for tree control late in these rounds in the post plant, but there's going to be two players with a pretty nice swing. They can play that 1-2 and punish him.
Okay, this could be a hard retake.
Oh no! Super close here as well.
Yeah, this is going to be great. When's the smoke though?
The
timing's crazy. Nice recovery from Redgar. Wow, Screams owns them. The brothers have done so well. 4 kills between them. For 53 HP. Oh! Oh, okay. 53 HP. Dom gets a little teabag in there as well. Nicely done from him. Nicely done. Respect, Dom. 53 HP. Nice from him.
That was so important for him to stay alive. That being said, KC looked like they had this one, right? Scream was able to find a couple up from heaven, but that dodge.
Nice! Good job, Tommy! Good job!
I love it. He appeared to love it even more. 4 ults online for Liquid.
Wow, that's huge. It forced them down to eco as well. Tommy, yeah. Forced them down to an eco. Where's what line do I normally use?
The thing is, if Liquid slow down a site hit again, this is going to really give them some serious issues with those ultimates.
Yeah, so it resets the money, so they get, in terms of that run there, they got 1-9. If they lose this 2-4, so
push something like this, but I actually don't think KC are really ever going to go for early aggression.
Just
the
a
main
lot of light
benefit you
arms.
have from Jet is like she wants to take open fights. She wants to hold those angles very early on, and Kcorp just don't have an agent that wants to do the same thing. Yeah,
still though, in terms of where we're at, like this is good for Liquid at the moment.
Kcorp's over towards B though has been able to pull a couple of rotates.
Not entirely sure what their attack will look like. But
if there's 1, if there's 5 there, but all he knows is there is
definitely early game plan looks like they wanted to try A a lot fast, but one-person fake, and I think this is good, right? I'm getting a bit more faith in terms of the calling here. They've noticed that they've been stacking, decide to go for a little fake in terms of A. Maybe the timing could have been a little bit better, but it was like a mid-round, right? It wasn't the original plan. That's why the spacing's a little bit off of a lot of this, but yeah, definitely feeling like they've been stacking over towards A, and he realizes that, so that's so much better from what we've been seeing.
Member of KC flooding over towards B, but it's a little bit of a bottleneck. And
yeah, good position from everyone.
Oh, this is
really good position from everyone.
Way to get on through that.
Very nicely done.
A very different looking anti-eco there from Team Liquid, right? Instead of faking,
let's see how the buy looks.
It's a fake B into A, and then I love the added Redgar ultimate into backside B, making sure there was no way they were going to get stalled out in main.
Yeah, the calling here was great. That's kind of what we expect. This is much better.
That rotation coming in a little bit slower through spawn. There's a real world where you just get cut off. You know, there's a player holding B main, maybe they're stacking a little bit, but just having Redgar, having that pinch in the back there makes it much more difficult, I think, for Carmine to hold a more forward angle towards B and look to stall it out. So
I think the ult on the timing from Redgar was just beautiful, because we mentioned again.
So many ults, yeah. I think this is a good time for a timeout. Again, if they lose this, they have the eco. In theory, their comp's not going to be the best on attack, so they kind of have to win this. And I think they kind of have to win, not saying every round, but at least the vast majority of the rounds that are left.
A timeout being called in by Kcorp, who feel maybe they should be a little further ahead than they already are. Well, at this point, they're around behind.
Yeah, slipped just a little bit. Of course,
they got no Cypher util for this one. Did he buy too much?
Steal away, so not too bad on that front. But Nuzera does have ultimate.
Nivera is pretty good with it normally, though, right?
I believe it's KO ult, Fade ult, and Breach ult, the big 3, right? I can't quite tell because it's not on the screen during these breaks, but those 3 are so good at trying to fight your way out onto a site as the enemy team is taking, right? So you can take more like defensive postures, either playing like back tree or heaven on A instead of locking yourself on site. You're a little bit more at risk. Even playing to like burst out of market with a breach ult as those players are coming out of B main and running down.
I mean, it looks like he's got everything. I can't fully see the cages, but there's at least trips. This looks like an anti-KO.
Less about early
yeah.
space taking from
Sokas has KO, or we see an anti-KO with trips over towards A. And so basically it's kill kill here. 3 people killing very heavy over towards here. And then obviously we've got the trips over towards here, help these 2 kill out, and they're probably full back as well.
But now will be a good time to see some of these come online, especially
All comes in. Let's see how they wanted to play this. They really want to stop this heavy here.
Yeah, that was actually Soulcast slamming that one, trying to force it on through here, and it's good, right? Just
the
trades
trade's good.
They'll be able to resurrect him. Safe getting the kill with the wall hacks through smoke too. And it's just Scream stuck here on stairs. They're trying to clear him with util, but he's good for 1.
Holy hell, Safe is everywhere, isn't he?
Scream. Safe onto a 3rd in the round as Redgar's getting that spike down. We've got a 2 versus 3 here in the post plan.
Really tough position to be in. Now Shin has ultimate, but would have to cast that from B main or near lane if they want to commit to that, giving up the flank. I think you
Money's good for Liquid. They're buying for majority. I mean, in theory, they should be buying for the rest of this half. Money is really bad for Kcorp, so they really need this. They were definitely going to use this ult into it as well, and the fact that that knife hits them at the perfect time is devastating. Yeah.
But at this point, it feels too little, too late as well. The paranoia doing enough words to slow.
Sam, they have to save. That knife was huge. Oh my goodness.
You commit that ult about 20 seconds prior, or you give up on it entirely. And their answer is
nice round from Liquid. I like the idea from Kcorp.
I
like the idea. It looks like they looked into it. They realized that they only like to do simple hits with the ult. They left middle, had a nice setup on A, and then just tried to have numbers over towards B. And the smoke play at the beginning probably could have got more.
The ults themselves, see they're moving into it, but the fact that Soulcast instantly snaps the null command, they're like, oh wait, we actually can't use our big spells. And then on the retake, slow, maybe deliberating how they want to use those abilities.
Dom's actually having
casting the fatal because they walk
insane
right
impact
up
at the
into a
moment.
knife. Not ready for the cooldown to be back up, and Soulcast catches.
Right, forces them back down to an equal.
So we had all 3 big power ults up the last round. Now we've got a 4th. Kcorp using nothing.
I mean, they get 2-7 after this.
Yeah.
Sorry, they get 2-9 after this. Where am I? So,
coming out from Soulcast to make sure none of those
but this is why I'm a little bit perplexed, because they're fighting really forward in A main this round.
This feels like they know they need to win this round, but they might as well just force if they're doing this. We'll see. 2 hero guns, Sheriffs to boot, straight up just B hits, looking pretty good at the moment as well, because we've got these really far back.
Not quite a Leo level shock dart coming out there on the way through, with the recon one above, definitely not too bad.
Oh, this was nice. Oh, okay, they're getting outclassed a little bit.
This work for them. Liquid once again looking in control, but made us back away for a second. Okay, 2 rotated back out towards.
Oh, they saved the 2 guns. Oh, okay.
On site to get the spike down.
Are they going hunting? They're expecting a flank, going for a bit of that. Now Shin was the only player with a rifle in a recoverable range. So
this is one hell of a flank from Soulcast, by the way. Oh, but Scream was ready.
That's a gun, man.
Not quite able to dodge the flash entirely on that one. So all things considered, they're able to grab the 2 rifles, and
yeah,
I think
this is nice.
One, they will be okay.
This is nice. Holding on to these rifles is actually kind of big.
Between Shin or XMS. Actually, saying that, no, I think they can all buy, because they only purchased 2 rifles and they recovered the 2, so they'll be actually completely fine going into the next one.
They can buy this.
Very important kill. Scream is able to find on the opposite end there.
They can retake. They don't want to use their ult into a round. They're not going to win.
Point, what do you think KC are doing wrong? What is it they need to get back on track?
Yeah,
I mean, well, a big part
they
is
don't
just
look.
Been seeing a lot of swing rounds. They've lost like 3 ecos.
They've had so many ults, so many rounds at the moment, and people are going down in these situations. Like if I'm Kcorp at the moment, I would much rather be playing a little bit more defensive, and so we have time to use all of the ults to do a retake instead of like people dying. They don't get the trade, so then we're always in a number deficit.
I think that's the right approach. Just not again playing right forward on top of wall now. Luckily for them, this time around, Soulcast won't have the ultimate, although he's getting plenty of kills. So, as I say that, he actually
5 ults.
The one death at the end there.
5 ults.
So yeah,
full buy.
Make sure they're not in positions to be hit by KO knives and playing to quickly.
Drone goes in middle.
As the site hit
Crunch over towards middle again with the camera info. That's the plan. As we can see, the B hits have been going pretty well. Spike is going to check spawn though, so trying to play off the fact that they've hit B so much. Spike is... What's going on?
They're playing inside a market. They can play to try and pop flash out of that.
What's going on at the moment?
Never mind. Scream repositions over towards Switch. But the way Liquid have been playing consistently has been relatively slow, trying to hear where the players are.
Well, there goes the
dash.
dash.
Go for these late re-rotations. Camera will get broken in mid. But there's a real
okay, the crunch over towards middle has been cancelled once they did the pressure, now they take mid control. So this is actually very nice from Liquid. Although it looked a little bit odd with the spike going back here, they actually forced these two back over towards site and they got rid of their mid crunch, and now they can freely take middle. So again, the calling here has been great. Sometimes it's been all over the place. Sometimes it's been not that good, sometimes it's been incredible.
One off towards the left, Scream was caught out by that paranoia, and they chose to rotate completely through mid, just get Tree completely smoked off, and then put all your focus back on towards B. So this Tree here really is working for them, catching Casey a little off guard. XMS gets one back, but site has been conceded.
Those ultimates, man. I need to see those ultimates used again. Just finding Scream and Navarre in positions where they're having to take fights.
How are they not? Yeah, like I would see, chat. You see when we had this like mid crunch over towards here. Like I think they're better off just holding that the whole time and then retaking the sites with the ults. It's another situation now where again this isn't eco, so we don't need to go into it too much. But the next round, like they have to kind of give something up so they can actually use the ults, or maybe just go aggro or something. I don't know. It's looking.
I think their positioning over on A would have been absolutely perfect if something like that had worked out. Yeah, I mean he's just trying to grab a gun and escape. He, at the end of the day, it won't be too happy. All right, huddling up. Hanging out.
Yeah.
You can also just run and
it's fine. They got loads of money. It's so fun.
I believe that is the range there on the spike, so know that you're going to be completely safe in a situation like that. But yeah, here you have it. Just stuck in a really tough position. And I feel like this is like one of the comp fundamentals that you'd expect Kcorp to be trying to abuse a little bit more.
Where are you going?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
right.
this is their second timeout used in one half. That is never a good sign.
Usually on Ascent, you have two big site clearing ults. It's usually KO and it's going to be Killjoy. Now we've got three. Like, how are we not finding more ways to use these and stall out the hits? Especially as Liquid are really taking their time. Like, I genuinely believe Kcorp could just like chill for 40 seconds, play deep, and then use those ults for their utility, just like on that eco round, right? Obviously,
yeah, it could be right.
It's probably going to be rare that Team Liquid
saves a lunatic. Yeah, he's funny, man. He is funny. Entirely.
But I think you want to wait till they're actually in motion and just flood out the util, because the way Kcorp have been playing, it's like they're playing almost a little bit without utility a lot of the time. They use a lot of it in the early round, and then they're stuck in these positions where they have to claw their way out.
He's not wrong though, right? Chat, he is not wrong. It looks like, and this has been kind of common when we look at a lot of Kcorp. It looks like they just want to be playing a different game. Like, obviously, I'm not going to mention the game. We can all work out what it is, but it looks like they don't want to use ults. They just want to run around and shoot people. Like, they're fine just having buys where they don't prioritize their util. Like, they just want to be playing a different game.
And the thing is, as we've gone through that process of waiting to see any of these 5 ults used, Liquid just keep on building on more of them. They've got 3 of their own on side now, and they can pull off another play, making use of Redgar if they want to here.
Late take of A main, they get control of this. They have wine control. B's been a nightmare, but again, there was a pause. Liquid, with the pause, decide to wait, doing a default, just waiting for some aggro, because that's the most likely thing, especially when there's this many ults. They're thinking, damn, something aggro is going to happen. So, again, I like the plan from Liquid.
So far, all they've seen is Safe come a little bit cheeky out towards market, backed away and towards relative safety. But just reminding them, I am still here, guys. Just be mindful. I think earlier on he was trying to bait out a bit of utility, but it simply didn't come. So actually, we are seeing a little more patience being shown by KC, who for now at least hold on to the majority of that util.
Oh, hit that tripwire. Oh, how are we not coming? There's a trip there. Navarre capitalizes on the kill. But it's already going to be a pivot over to B. Look, Casey bid on it entirely. Once again, Redgar has ultimate. He wants to go into Boathouse. They're ready.
They've done it though. They've left B. We can see the ults. Please don't rush out. Please don't rush out without using your ults. Damn, we get some ults. We might just have secured around it.
Zera has ultimate for the retake. That's why there's 2 players of TL still in B.
2 people B main though, and they're going to ult most likely over towards the site. Oh no. Oh no. Interesting that Yumpy does his ult here. Does hit 2. Scream just got the most important kill.
It looks like it's not going to go the way of Team Liquid took it though. Finally, KC battle their way through. But what did it cost them? Absolutely everything.
Okay, much better from Kcorp here. Oh my goodness, we got to see some ults. That was cool.
And they didn't even have to use Nuzera's ultimate.
And they did kind of what we were saying, right? Just let them have the sites and then give the opportunity to use the ults. Right, nice and simple. Holy hell, it's 7-4 with this comp.
I just have to get my one. And then,
I mean, at least they got around. They still have the
right, because the rotate was
they still
slow.
have
went sending all
breach
the way
ult,
in,
so they could get fine.
Really early, so the rest of Team Liquid couldn't really get out of B main comfortably. They were trying to play away from the big ultimates there too, and just meant the smoke happened.
Kcorp one pistol, so
falls back sight, that's an easy flood
Kcorp one pistol, so this is like it's like devastating. They have no duelists as well, like it's devastating at the moment for Kcorp. Looks like they're really getting exposed on this map as well. They do not look comfortable on this map.
So dominant. Peeking into the op.
Yeah. That's your information tool. Your fade.
Not anymore. Now you're trying to lean pretty much solely on Scream. Doesn't have a knife at the moment.
What's he think in the middle? I mean, he went to shoot the dart. That's all I've got for you. He went to shoot the dart, and I guess he was hoping that no one was top middle with an op.
There was not going to be any forward steps from the defense. I think we may see something similar again with a bit of a tree fake into a pivot into B. Now the spike is on red guard. This makes things a little bit more alarming for them.
We're playing close with a Cypher in a one and done. Potentially.
They can pull the rotates off, and that makes the walk into market easier. Instead, there's
going to goes close. It only hits one.
The knives to very easy entry for safe.
Yeah, good instructs on towards the
drone. Okay, these two on site have to go huge. 3 between them. Breach ults here.
Here comes that rolling thunder. It just envelops the entire site. Every single member of Liquid scatters out to the high winds, and for now, at least he's looking for a way back.
The delay is here. The delay is here. Keep an eye on the Cypher.
Does use knives. I think you got to entry with those. Sees Nuzera in backside, Scream in a fantastic position, but the flood comes in. They're pinched and they fall. 2 players now on the flank from Kcorp though.
Damn, they got nothing.
Still Soulcast playing back towards spawn. They might not even need him. Yompi's there for 3 of the rounds.
This is so brutal. Okay, really nice half from Liquid. They did great. 4 rounds from Kcorp and they won pistol. I mean, I don't have to say it, chat. You'll get what's going on.
I think it's pretty reflective of how dominant Team Liquid have been to kick things off.
Yeah, I mean, you could see that ultimate from backside. Looks really nasty. I think it hits 4 players, everyone that was trying to come into the site, but there's no one in a position to actually play off of it. Just an unfortunate position to be in. Those players rotating through mid to find the flank would have been great if they had been in a position to, flood out through market door, flood out through CT. That wasn't the call, so a little bit detached right there, trying to stall at the side hit, just making sure they could use something. And I think all things considered, Team Liquid were able to abuse mid.
Teams can't make roster changes. Teams can't make roster changes until after the split. So
you said in the pre-game that you were looking forward to the second half to see how these
you have set times where you're allowed to have a transfer, basically a transfer window, right?
Oh, yeah. And
that is no longer here, and the next one is after the split. I think before last chance qualified, but I can't remember. I can't fully remember.
It is difficult to entry onto sites without that jet smoke dash.
They've used both timeouts as well, yeah. Both timeouts, got a pistol, 4 rounds.
Once Team Liquid get like
they've been exposed on this map big time. They're not good at this map. I'm pretty sure. Like from what we've been seeing, I think they've been exposed heavy.
As they try to look to gather territory up through mid to prep them for
one of those was a stack with the eco round, yeah.
Mathematicians, we did mention back in the pre-game that Safe was on an average of 21 kills per map last week.
Soulcast clutch was big. That's very true, actually. That was like the big momentum changer.
Look, I'm disappointed.
Cool pros that everyone uses different stuff to him. I don't know what the most common is. Cypher over Killjoy. In terms of this map, I do prefer Killjoy. It's a little bit better on attack. I say a little bit quite a lot. The ult's pretty good. But obviously, if you have a really good Cypher player, then I think a lot of the time you just let them do their thing.
Now, as halftime's winding down, I can do a little bit of cheating for you guys, because I can see what these players
what is going on there?
They, whirl their karambits around, do some.
What is going on?
Nuzera is going full utility here.
Do I have a horse, or do you have a horse?
For XMS, Shin actually a little bit lighter in terms of the util. So same thing.
I've been adopted.
The pistol, so it'll be really Nuzera playing
to the horse.
Here, trying to enter the team.
That's true.
Site. And what they may end up just doing is sort of using like Scream's first flash to sort of pop flash him in to an A or B main. I think he's set up outside of B right now. Look for an early fight and not going full committal just yet. I'll like this a lot, I think, if Karmine play a little bit more of that slow down pace like we saw from TL.
The Liquid horse, I mean, that's just how committed I am to Liquid. I thought that's what you had to do when you joined Liquid. You have to get a horse. Okay, Kcorp on attack. Let's see what they can do with the no duelist. Very hard for them to get out of the choke points. Recon goes middle, everyone hiding for it, but they at least cleared middle. Liquid want to do a similar pistol to what Kcorp did.
Poor Scream, down to 39 health.
Particularly punishing in these early rounds when no one's buying these shields either.
Yep, you're going to get 1 or 2 tapped. It is not a good time. Some off angles now. Oh, I love how Safe is trying to play outside of the smoke in mid, but a great Prowler forces him back.
And here he is as well. A little bit messy there between Redgar and Navera, but it's Redgar coming out on top.
Oh my god.
Back onto the other side.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Simply not the right place to be.
I thought that was
really
going to be
become a battleground here in mid, but yet no one really looking too dominant just yet.
It's looking great for it,
yeah.
Still though, I was going to say, still we're going to make some kind of decision. Try and get out over towards the site. Keep an eye on this. The timing of these two is really weird. Safe might not expect this. But they might not expect this at the same time, so Nats has a window into it. Low HP, XMS on 3. How is that flash missed?
But it's all going to come to some
oh boy, 3 HP is the next guy.
As well from main, unless Nats can win it out here in a 1v2, and he gets 2 as well. Down goes the Spike. Can he make it a 3 to clutch out the
Nicely done from Nats. So yeah, in terms of the 2 people that were playmakers, Nats got a little bit more out of it. All 3 of them, nicely done from him. They didn't get the plant down. 1-1 in terms of pistols, and I mean, chat, that's it, done. Like, that is it, done for sure. You got no duelist on the attack to get for any of these choke points. You don't win a pistol. Don't get a plant down, so you can't really force this.
High flash out of the KO. Very hard to dodge away from that. You can't really hear it coming in as well as the right click. I absolutely love it. And that was all for the aggressive mid-fight.
No access to signs.
I'm pretty sure, because we also saw Ways coming through as well.
Okay, and any light armor. I'll tell you what though, chat. For Kcorp fans, this is a small win. Like, this is a small win. You got no light armor on this, so your actual next gun round's going to be okay. Like, if you need, like, you need some kind of boosting up to see that they are actually doing some VOD reviews and stuff like that, there's been a little bit of progression. It's right there. And they're going to win this round. Oh no, they're going to win this round because I said it was done. Okay, nice shot from him.
Tough on the money, but in a world where they're able to find a pinch with Navera and a good timing, it's not going to happen. The forward fighting, Team Liquid far too aware
Reaction
of that.
Is
and all of a sudden it opens
up short.
To take
Yeah, they take all the sight, and again, Shin is the person that can win this round in theory.
The spike will be planted,
okay, give me Shin.
Really like the
oh, there's going to be a lot of duels at the same time for Observer. There's going to be 3 duels at the same time. I feel sorry for this Observer.
No, but they have also got potentially 3 angles all coming together here. As long as they get the timing right, this could be absolutely beautiful.
Over towards short, we'll see what happens. I'll let you know. Okay, Yampy got the kill that I think decides it.
They've got to deal with the one inside of heaven here.
Yeah, nicely done from Yampy as well. Little bait, tucks in, wait for his teammate to shoot, and then swings out again. Nicely done from them. Got a little bit sketchy, right? We saw a lot of aim duels. Look at the HPs. In terms of damage done, it was nice from Kcorp. Like, you would take this from an eco.
Team Liquid just winning theirs in tree, in heaven.
Plant will help as well because majority of them bought sheriffs. So yeah.
Really forward spots that Kcorp were able to grab onto. So now
yeah, Zilf handled this one well.
Kcorp.
Zilf handled this well. He just stuck to it as well. He just stuck to this duel, having as
not finding the kills, instead losing it through the smoke as well to Safe, and I forget who was with him. But the 2 pushing in together meant Scream was then suddenly worried about
fix Kcorp?
and looking up towards heaven.
I mean, a lot of their stuff is easy to fix in my opinion. I do believe it's easy to fix. It's just if they're willing to. Would I ever do it?
If
No.
you're a KO player and you're right-clicking more than half the time, you are trolling. Now, Redgar caught trolling a little bit there too. I think the flash actually was slightly. I mean, the flash is going to pop as soon as it possibly can, but I think the fight was taken just half a second before.
Nah, it's the... So it was actually nicely done from Kcorp. So Liquid tried this before, right? He wants to get close and then the flash goes off, so
Are they going to swing off the camera tap?
It looked a little bit worse than it actually is. We saw that work the other day for them.
Timing as well, because you had the drone coming through, but immediately player going down that was meant to be playing off the back of that, so it's looking a little bit ropey here for TL.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's an idea there to try and punish, tap into the cam and then double swing instantly. I don't love going for the drone there. Obviously, they didn't know the players from B main had been all quiet for Kcorp, but I think that's one of those ideas.
Bonus for Liquid. In terms of the bonus as well, Yampi is saving enough to give Safe a op. They're all saving a lot of money, actually.
Yampi's 100% aware that there's someone tucked in just to his right-hand side. But it's not even him the one to worry about. It's the other two, including the Spike. You've also got the Breach rotating over. So KC, they acknowledge they've got big numbers advantage on this site and just say, right, boys, it's go time.
30 seconds left.
The concussing backside. I mean, great util control. Just watch your minimap when a hit is coming in like this. Like, Yampi was hit with absolutely everything. Still somehow had a slight window in which he was going to be okay as he just absorbed the Prowler, fought through the pain, but...
Prowler, like it missed as well, kind of got stuck behind him and didn't really seem to have much of an impact beyond that.
That's it,
Safe. Soulcast, it all to do. By the looks of it, we're not even going to see Soulcast bother to get involved here as well. He's watching out more towards market side down mid. Maybe expecting a late rotate coming across from A as well, but there's nothing to be found. KC very comfortably taking round 15.
Yeah, KC are heavy armor enthusiasts.
Yeah,
so
they just want to do some damage here.
Kills here
very nice round from Kcorp at the moment.
For Team Liquid.
I certainly don't think anything to come. Not finding a single one, but there's a good bit of chip damage down across the team as well.
Redguard fighting main with no one. It's fine. It was a bonus round. Chat. All I'm saying is, and like this is a big learning lesson for everyone. They tried this strat when they played Ascent last and they got a kill for it. And because it works, no one complained, right? They go for it again in a bonus where you're allowed to take risks and stuff like that, and people are complaining. Like, you need to, if you don't like the strat, talk about it when it doesn't work, like when it's working. Like if you think that's too risky, don't talk about it when it only fails. They go close, Flash goes in and they swing here. They just got caught out with just an early swing, that's it.
But this default from KC has been pretty constant. I think we've seen this couple.
So they saved a lot of money for the op. It actually turns into an Odin, and it doesn't turn into. They decide to buy the Odin instead, and Safe gets a rifle out.
Putting down that tripwire actually kind of forward in A main with a camera too. So trying to go for
good play, yeah, like
A main pinch after working through tree off the bat.
Yampi feels almost exclusively on suppression duty.
A little bit risky, but again, bonus.
Coming in from the recon and then making the Odin sing not too long after. Now, not going to see a chance to have that really get to work or start singing because KC.
Flash goes in, they take a lot of control with this. That means we can have a rotate out. That hits the trip, so we're going to see KO stay over towards here, and we get a 2-1-2. Because of all of this information, they could... We'll see where the KO... The KO has like an option each side, basically. Damn, that's a disgusting camera.
But the problem is there's going to be a paranoia. Redguard's position on switch.
What the hell is this camera?
He can hurl this paranoia when he hears the footsteps coming in, and then Nats and him can both swing off it. It's brutal.
Okay.
Or they just
Safe went over towards middle.
A little disappointing.
There is a chance now for them to go do it, but again, they don't really mid rounds. Oh boy.
Will he find more than one? No, he will not.
Okay.
One immediately responded to by the other
Soulcast
side.
has to kill two.
Oh,
Nat's got one.
From above. Here's Angel on top. Nat's bringing one down too. The last couple of march through here. Looks like they've managed to turn it around as well. These 2 against 4.
XMS 50 HP, no spike. Down yet.
Knows exactly where the player's trying to plant that one and coming on down.
That's the done by Liquid. Again, it was a big round. Very, very big round. If Kcorp won this, they would have the eco. So yeah, nice round from them, Kcorp, in terms of this as well, to have enough money to buy. There's a chance actually the Liquid, obviously doing the light armor, so they might have been able to buy this anyway.
Terrible. Actually, fun fact about Team Liquid. So, Ender's Game, it's a great book. Terrible movie.
I was about to say terrible movie.
Terrible film.
I haven't read the book, but the film was not great.
The lead in it, who played Ender, name's Asa Butterfield, who is a brand ambassador for Team Liquid. A huge Dota fan, I believe, as a matter of fact. So, crazy little tie-in.
Attack off comes out.
Us into. Doesn't mean anything for this match, but...
But it's a fun little snippet that I'll take when we
have I met Asa? No, I haven't met him.
Now Odin swinging once again out towards B. Not really made too much great use. I don't think there's a read on the side of KC that they're expecting this Odin to be there, and so far haven't bothered posting up in mid with the op. And this has sort of been the story for both teams. This sort of dance around mid. Tree has really been a big focus in this game so far that both teams have, deliberated a number of times and often committed to, but market pushes. I think we see maybe one or two.
So they're doing good at the moment of around the 1 minute mark. Getting info over towards B main, right? We saw a flash in earlier, we saw a recon that didn't get bought, and now we're holding over towards this so that we can kind of rotate a little bit easier. So even though Kcorp are doing a good job at breaking this trip, every single time they're so fine to just get this extra bit of information, they kind of realize that it's not going to be a split. Round before, Safe went a little bit too aggro. This round, good discipline from him.
Make entering in here a little bit tough.
We have no... Let's see if the Fade Eye... Where's the Fade Eye? Because in theory that could absolutely own this position from Redgar.
He's throwing the smoke kind of deep on site to give him a better angle on this too. So he can focus more on...
Okay, came in a little bit late, so he actually managed to get one nice one-way. Extra cage here, walking Natsu. Keep an eye on the time. Keep an eye on the safe flag. Oh my goodness. Time, guys. Almost. Time.
XMS absolutely clueless, turning around, there's no time. KC got a save.
Yeah. That's the problem again. Smallest thing.
Yeah, I can just imagine Sideshow saying it. Yeah, oh boy, that's a... You could literally... Prince Fatty, thank you so much for the Prime. First of all, 4 months. Appreciate you. Chat, let's get some slugs and while I explain. Chat, you know that reaction from Sideshow where he's literally just screaming time? You could just grab his POV, right? Grab the camera POV, put it over this round, and it would all be fine. it would just work so well. Just a carbon copy of it. Badman Valor, thank you so much with the Prime. Thank you so much, dude. New member of the Slug Club. Appreciate you. Okay, in terms of this one, 7 chances. Timmer as well. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Focusing the fights he's taking. I think that's
6 months
behind why he was using it there.
Ult-wise, 2 and 2 apiece, with 2 more about to come online for the side of Liquid too. Soulcast 1 off, Cypher 1 off as well. There's just more than enough to work with here.
You can hear him in Australia yelling, yeah, dude. It's... I mean, they just keep giving him ammo. That's the thing that's worrying. They just keep giving him ammo. Kcorp have been exposed though. They don't like this map. We'll call that straight away. This is not a good map for them at all. They do not look comfortable.
Now, importantly, check this out.
It looks
Scream has ultimate,
looks rough.
so Nats is playing on A.
It looks really rough.
That's so that the KO ult, if it was a B exec, would not shut off his utility. That's really smart Cypher play. It's something you need to be tracking.
Yeah, this this one's a bit mad, isn't it? We got some money saved.
Oh, no,
we got some money saved for the next map.
You want to press tab to see if Safe's on the other team, because then you just dodge.
Oh man.
That's just FF at that point. This game over, done and dusted. Even the ult comes online in case he feels that he really needs it to rub salt in the wounds. Luzera finds Nats at the very least to give his...
Why did Kcorp ban Fracture? Because Liquid looked really good on Fracture, so they must have felt that they had a better chance on Ascent than Fracture. God, how bad must their Fracture look? Nicely done from Liquid. Yeah, it was a bit of a slow start for me. I was a little bit worried. First 4 or 5 rounds in, I'll be honest, I was worried. They had me at the beginning, but then now, after that was really good.
A-exec in the first half, it was just very convincing all throughout.
Well, Sace let himself down. 18 kills he got. Not quite the map average.
Look, 18 kills in 18 rounds. It's all right.
What Liquid do I like more? This one.
Yeah.
I like this one more than
those numbers, buddy.
My iteration.
It's just terrifying that we're even looking
I think this one has this one can actually win stuff.
Those are the kind of numbers that he's been delivering all of last week and into this week as well.
Leo would say the same.
Like I think with some time this team could win with some stuff.
Different Leos, never mind. Bad joke.
If we couldn't win champs, we weren't going to win anything.
We'll leave him onto that one. We'll throw it to a quick break when we come back. Desk before map 2. See you in a few.
Safe too good. What's up, Bonka? How you doing?
Kill me, Black. You scared? Nice! Good discipline. Put them in their place, guys. I see you. You're arm in his pocket right now. Let's go. Hey. Good job, Tommy. Good job. Hey, bro, where are you going? Nice! Let's go! Next! Hey, what are you doing? Oh, you're AFK!
That's so good. You thought they'd be top 5 this season, Bonkar? No. Bonkar, come on. I'll give you this though. On paper, they should look a lot better than this. Like in Bonkar's defense, on paper they should be looking a lot better than this. I'll give you that.